Hi, this is Victoria with another reading log. The book I chose this week is 12 Days in May, about the Freedom Ride of 1961. This is the 2018 winner of the Robert F. Silbert Informational Book Medal Award. This story is it is an informational photographic book about the ride that 12 individuals took from Washington, D.C. to Baton Rouge, Louisiana. There are several other characters that are mentioned throughout the book and different people who take part, but the 12 main characters, I'm going to read their names here, are James Farmer, James Peck, Genevieve Hughes, Joe Perkins Jr., Walter Brigham, Francis Brigham, Albert Bigelow, Jimmy McDonald, Ed Blackenheim, Hank Thomas, Charles Pearson, Benjamin Cox, and John Lewis. These 12 individuals decided to show racism in America by starting in Washington, D.C. and ride buses all the way to Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And this book is really laid out very well. It's just with the black and white pictures, with black and white font and text and backgrounds, but the way it compels you and it draws you into the story was awesome. So it has a kind of beginning page where it talks about leading into this. It talks about board versus the Board of Education. It talks about Plessy versus Ferguson, different trials that says basically the Supreme Court has done away with segregation laws, but there's still segregation. So these individuals ride on the buses in the white section, and they go, when at the bus stops, they eat at the whites' lunch table, and they use the whites' restroom, and they use the whites' drinking table, and things like that. And it's just their story of how they got to Louisiana. There's a cool calendar at the beginning of just the layout about the 12 days of how long it took them to get there. There's tons of photographs. There's a photographer that was with them the whole time. Even the little design squares I love. I think that's really cool. It'll have different words set apart so that it's still gripping to get attention. There's lots of pictures and just of that time. There is, they'll use a black page with the white font. It's just very attention getting. And while this book is easier to read, younger readers would be able to understand it and pronounce the words and things like that. It is a bit graphic as far as it doesn't shy away from injuries or the hatred. So I would say parents or teachers be advised and take a chance to read it first to determine if it's an okay age range for your students. It goes through and it talks about those 12 main characters and their experiences riding through that part of the country. And then it goes through at the end to describe what they've done with their lives. Some of them have passed away and some of them are still working alive. One of them is working on, as late as the 2000s, segregation of people, like handicapped people on buses, which I wasn't aware was a thing, but he's still advocating for individuals' rights, ironically still on buses. There's a bibliography about where they got all the information from, and there's source notes, and there's things like that. The picture credits, a lot of pictures were taken, and the whole illustration are pictures. But overall, this is a great book. I definitely recommend it to learn more about history and how far we have come from since 1961. But anyway, this is the 2018 winner of the Silbert Informational Book Medal Award. 12 Days in May, Freedom Rides 1961. Thank you.